with
Yep.
it had
I
Robin
saw
Williams
that.
in it.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters because
So did
again,
I.
I'm like 10
Because
years
you're
older
old.
than
It had
all
Robin
of you.
Williams.
Okay, calm down. I saw that movie in theaters, Chris. Calm down.
It had a robot
Now
with a
you're
big
what,
butt. That's what I remember.
I'm pretty sure I was in high school when I saw it in theaters.
Okay, Chris.
You know, C-3PO's immortal. Speaking of robots, this was a conversation I had the other
That
day.
was Anthony Daniels. Clearly,
I loved him.
he's still around.
He's in every
Nice.
movie. Because I saw
Did y'all
Rogue
watch-
One. I was like, C-3PO looks fantastic.
Just pristine.
Gold, shiny, smooth.
I'm listening. Keep going.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
trying to. I need to fix this real quick.
Do y'all watch the new episode of WandaVision yet?
This is
Yes,
not-
and don't
yet,
even
no
get me
spoilers.
started.
Tell me anything.
Don't
I
even-
haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God! Don't even get me
Then why would you bring
started.
it up?
Because I want to know if it's good.
Oh my
It's
God!
not
Yes,
good.
it's so good. It's so messed up. My mom thought it was a little strange, and I said the whole show is strange. Mom, get over it.
I am actually doing a Scarlet Witch cosplay. I
Scarlet
bought
Witch.
$100 worth of fabric for her cape.
My cape.
For the
Is-
cape.
Is
It's
Steve
big.
gonna be Vision?
God, I wish. Oh,
Gotta paint
God.
body.
Don't even get me started. I wouldn't be able to get my hands off of him.
Okay. I don't want to hear that.
Well,
think
we
I got it all
hashtag brought
going.
back bits.
Bring back
That was a
bits.
good bit. Thank you. Good
You're
job.
welcome.
Nice bit,
Oh,
everybody.
yay, we got a round of applause for our bit.
Oh, here, I'll give you some applause.
Bit.
I actually have applause.
Oh,
Wow, Lady
shit.
Gaga.
And we're just now hearing it. Why?
Oh.
I feel
Offended.
Slightly offended? Okay. Welcome to Heartland, everybody. It's Friday night, and it is Cult Comedy Hour. Not really,
If you want to call it that.
but we are here. And when one song is quiet, another one is loud. There we go. I think. I don't know. That's
Tim's
not the one
upset.
I
He didn't
wanted,
get to
but
hear the
I'm going to go
applause.
with it for now. Since it's just the beginning of what's about to begin, because an event has happened in Providence. The sheriff, or the deputy sheriff, Roy, there, met a stranger, or the stranger, I should say. Sabella discovers some interesting clues that she's still yet to get sorted out. Eleanor got some news. Some might call it good. Some are maybe not thinking it's so good. Roy gets into Daisy's house, although I'm pretty sure that she's not thinking about that anymore, as Daisy's house is currently being patrolled by some dead members of her squad from back in the day. And some locals have arrived, apparently also interested in Daisy. Oh, and Roy mentions the Quick Mart explosion as a buried lead, Brian exclaimed. Sabella did confront Elliot, both who seem to have a tag-along spirit or something more cult-like. Sabella learns something about Brian's mother. Roy considers turning on Hutch as we were getting closer to the end, needing to protect Daisy for the next, well, he said 24 hours. I think the original deal was for 48 hours. I may have to go back and look at the footage again. Oliver gave his mother a phone call to tell her that she needed to kill Daisy right now. Daisy, however, got another visitor who gave her some friendly advice and then stabbed her. As the illusion swirls and swirls in Heartland and certainly around Daisy's house. So that brings us to there. And I believe, as I just sent that little clip out, that Daisy was doing the Rambo cocking the gun or whatever tying the headband on, something, talking about kicking ass and taking names as if she was at some Second Amendment rally. And I guess we will start there and let her continue with the lead.
Yeah, I stomped down the stairs after yelling at Roy to go stop Elliot, who's on her way out the back door, and I'm tearing the locks and chains and everything barring the front door from me and outside. And yeah, I've got my rifle in hand.
What's your plan?
That's an excellent question for this particular character. I don't really have too much of a plan. I'm gonna storm out there and ask these people what the fuck they're doing on my property.
Cool. So, that's what you do?
Yeah.
What's everybody else doing?
if no one stops me or anything.
Right. Yeah, so let's see what everybody else does. If that's, we're going to let you take an action. So prepare for a violence roll and tell me who you're going to aim at. And if you're going to do any special, I don't know, overcharge or whatever those moves are. The handouts are there. I think I've got you on a different screen. You're on the map screen, so because I haven't logged in yet. What about you? Yeah, Roy.
She told me to go after Elliot, and I start to, and then I start hearing the locks on the door, and I turn on my heel and shout at Brian, Brown, get after her. I gotta stop this. And
Okay,
like I head towards the door and I put my hand on it. I'm like, Daisy, you can't fucking go out there.
Why not? And I have my hand on the handle and most of the locks are done and I'm kind of like yanking the door in like this battle to open it.
Because there's about 30 fucking people out there that are going to fill you full of holes like Butch and Sundance at the end of the fucking movie.
I don't even know why they're here. And you see those soldiers out there? Those people they're not people and they're here for me and I got to go face it. And I yank on the door again.
Well, then I guess I'm fucking coming with you.
I don't need your help.
I know you don't need my help, but apparently I need to keep you alive. So that's what I have to fucking do.
You guys are being stupid. Neither of you are leaving this house. Now stop it.
Playing Daisy stresses me out. I'm gonna shove him to get him away from the door.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
I guess I'll roll violence.
Yeah, let's hold that action for just a moment. Brian, what are you going to do anything?
Yeah, I'm going after Elliot, trying to get her to calm down and not leave the house.
Don't you touch her.
Was
I'm,
Elliot
like,
just
at
about
the
to
back.
storm out of the house?
Yeah, I'm like headed for
Yeah.
the back door. I'm not headed out the front door.
Oh,
so
that's
I
right.
turned
That's
and was
right. That's
running through.
right. I was skipping around at the end trying to catch up some bits and pieces and get that last clip. Okay, so you're chasing out the back. What was and Eleanor? You were headed after Elliot too, right?
I was, yeah.
Okay. All right, Daisy, roll for violence.
15.
Well,
And that's the thing. Like, I wasn't going to stop you. So, like, if she pushes at me, I'm not going to, like, try to brick wall her.
Right.
But I am going to follow her out the door.
Okay. So she goes to make the move and you sidestep.
Does her 15 then push her like she misses me entirely and just tumbles over.
I got a 15. I'm composed as fuck. I go to push.
Had it been with the complication, that would have been a good one, Chris. I'll keep that one in mind. Just was it with a tea kettle over asshole out the front door?
I'm thinking, like, if I go to push him and I roll a 15, I feel like he should have to roll reflexes if he wants to just sidestep this.
Oh, okay.
I did get a 15.
Bailey's
I
coming
could-
in with those technicalities.
I'd
She
get
right.
down for
no,
that.
she right. Success with complications.
Well,
So like I try to sidestep and she like gets me on the
Push you
shoulder.
on the ground.
he gets to go head over ass out the door.
Do you wear cowboy boots?
Yeah.
Apple balm?
I had to think about that. Like, yeah, he would.
You probably would. I just didn't want to make the assumption.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's actually you that kind of slips just a little bit as she shoves through. So it looks like she did more damage than she did, but it was your pride that took the brunt of it.
After I
It's
shove
Daisy,
him,
I'm not surprised.
Going out the door and
Okay,
not
Daisy.
listening to anybody.
So just imagine your front yard. It's probably 50 yards long from the whatever porch you've got out there. I see that. I don't know. There was a picture. I'm not going to take the time to go look it up for it now, but and then they're in the drive there. So what was the weapon you have that you're using?
I have a scoped rifle. I don't know
So you're just gonna shoot from
specifically
the
type
porch?
of rifle.
That's all right. I don't care about the type of rifle.
Yeah.
All right. Who are you going to shoot at?
Well, first I want to go and stand on the porch and kind of look at my situation.
Okay.
But I am like getting ready to raise my gun.
So they're parked out there, the sheriff and Will Hutchinson, in 2 vehicles. There are a couple of the ghost soldiers that you can see in the distance as sort of this dark, smoky. It kind of looks like cigarette smoke or something, but it's dark. It's not really a fog, but it acts like a fog that surrounds your property and the tree line. And they kind of just are on that patrol. And then off in the distance, right where the trees break at the drive, behind the sheriff's vehicles and Will's truck, you see the twins standing there, smiling.
Does anyone have their gun pulled? I'm guessing the sheriff, maybe.
No, when you come out, you can see kind of a look on their face like, oh shit, right? She's out on the front porch with a rifle. Yeah, Will looks over at the sheriff. The sheriff looks over at Will. And they just kind of wait to see what move you make.
I stomp out into the porch and make my way with such heavy footsteps across the wood that's like creaking and rotting, and I go down the steps and I already have the rifle lifted to my eyes and I'm looking through the scope and pointing it right at the sheriff, like as I'm kind of just throwing caution to the wind and walking towards him. Because
They scramble a little bit, get behind doors.
I want to shoot, but I want to just like miss the sheriff and shoot a bullet into his windshield.
Roll act under pressure.
Okay. If I can find my stuff.
Since you're not on that page, you can go to the moves over there on the right-hand side, and that will be the information that you seek.
11.
Not for the roll, however.
Okay.
If you want to read it or something. Okay, you do it, but hesitate or are delayed, must deal with a complication. Why didn't you want to shoot him?
I mean, I want to kind of scare him off first. See, get a handle of the situation here.
Well, you have no idea what situation you're in, and you
No,
just
I don't.
clipped the sheriff, like right here on the side of the head. You can see the hat fly off, and he kind of just falls back behind the door, dives into the car. You think he's still alive, perhaps?
I'm gonna keep walking and turn my gun over to point it to where Hutchison ducked and just yell at them. Y'all need to fucking leave. Now is not the time, and I am not the moon.
Roy, what do you do?
So I would have, having been kind of pushed to the ground, toppled over my own feet, struggled to get to my feet, which I'm assuming is why I did not smack that barrel out of her hand. And so I'm probably a few paces behind her at this point. I've got my own sidearm out, and I'm just like, Daisy, for the love of fucking Christ, what the shit are you doing?
I do not pay attention to him. And I stop about halfway down the drive, still staring down my scope, and I just radiate just anger.
Will is scrambling to get in his truck. I need you to roll to avoid harm. Sheriff is taking a shot. He's not dead. And he is
Oof.
creeped up.
I got a 2.
Oof.
All right.
I mean, if he shoots at me, then I'm definitely going to
so
aim at him next time.
you were too slow to react. You made a bad judgment. Perhaps you didn't avoid any harm at all. I need you to roll no, what is it?
Endure injury.
Yeah, endure injury. With a -2.
It doesn't
Me too.
matter because I got a 5, so that would be a 3.
All right. So-
I think Tim's 8-ball predictions might be coming true.
You can
No.
be knocked out, and then I may give you a serious wound, and since I have a move from that last roll, I probably will. You can receive a critical wound and continue to act, but it's a critical wound, which means it will have to be dealt with before any other significant stuff happens. Or you can just take the easy way out and die.
Do I have my advantages?
You do. Those of you who have the advantages on your character sheets have them. Those who don't have them, I don't know them, or I can't find them. So
Well, I have gritted teeth. I suffer no penalties from wounds, whether serious or critical. The pain hardly affects me anymore.
that sounds like a good move.
So I say that I take that bullet and I shoot right back at him.
All right, so you're gonna.
I think I still take harm, though.
Which one would you have picked
What do you mean?
if you had to shoot? If you didn't have gritted teeth, you would have had to have taken knocked out. Basically, you would have received a head wound. You could take a critical wound, right? I probably would have shot you in the gut.
Probably critical wound.
Okay, so you take the gut shot. It's not a critical wound, right? You don't know this. I'm telling Jaylee it's not a critical wound. But Daisy, you've taken a gut shot, but you don't feel it. You're so mad. It's the world. You got whatever this stuff that is going on around you. So you can still continue as gritted teeth allows and take 2 harm unless you see that it says otherwise.
Yeah, I'm turning my rifle over to him, and I'm going to shoot at him.
I don't have a hand. Oh, do I? Oh, I was looking at this head. So I have gritted teeth up here.
And
Okay, there it is.
I want to use Death Drive. So I'm going to roll for violence and see if I get any edges.
All right.
Because I'm
Hold-
currently fighting without any regard to my own safety.
All right. Hang on to that thought. I'm going to let you kind of plan it out as you react from this gut wound for a second, because I'm going to let Roy and then we're gonna switch. Let Roy make a move, and then we're gonna switch to the back of the house. Well, Sabella in the middle, and then we're gonna go to the Elliot group, the back of the house. So, Roy, what do you got going?
Well, I'd certainly rather not open fire on my boss, or, I mean, the man that is closest to being my best friend in this entire shit heel eating fucking town. But I have to protect this woman, so that's not a great position to be in. Is there anything that I can duck behind and get a better vantage to fire at them if necessary?
Sounds like observe a situation, or you can choose act under pressure if you like, and I'll just say that there is something. I'm sure she's probably got bushes or I don't know, some big ugly lawn ornament.
Well, it's a 10 for observe a situation.
Giant gnome.
Daisy seems like the type of person that would have a massive lawn gnome. You're right.
So what could you use to your advantage? That would be the question. I don't know. Are you still on the front porch, or are you walking down off the front porch?
Yeah, I would have been descending the front steps after her as she was opening fire, but it's probably not in my best interest to, try to get her to stop firing.
Right. Well, here's the situation. Daisy, you can, you see the gun. All of this kind of happens at once, right? If you can imagine the whole, the D&D 9-second rule, right? Or whatever it is, like, that happens in a turn. And Will is fleeing, okay? So there's not a whole lot of action you can take at him unless you are just wanting to shoot at him. The sheriff is crouched down between the door and the driver's seat, shooting in that window V, where the door's open, or at least pointing and shot Daisy from that angle. He has a chunk of his head is missing, like this, a good 4 or 5 chunk has like hunked out of his head. It's all dark red, nasty, but he still seems to be functioning. There are some, looks like ghost soldiers, kind of floating off in this weird, dark, foggy looking ship off to the edge of the woods. So that's kind of your situation. There's, regular lawn stuff. So I don't really know what advantage you would have other than knowing that it is not everything that you think it is in front of you.
Well, the very fact that I see a sizable chunk of my boss's head already missing,
right,
leads me to think, oh, hey, either my boss is some kind of, Frankenstein monster, or none of this is real anyway. So I'm also gonna open fire.
Roll for violence.
This is not gonna go well for me. Roy is not a good violencer.
Did not?
No.
Deputy sheriff.
That is a 7.
Oof. Yeah, too many windows open now. Uh-oh, I think I'm missing that one. All right. That's okay. I can change pages. Well, 7's not good. We know that. I'm just looking to see exactly what my choices are here. All right. Well, it doesn't go as anticipated. Let me take a quick look at your character sheet. Roy, you were aiming at the sheriff. I assume you weren't firing at Will as he was trying to drive away.
No.
And Daisy, you said you were still firing. I'm just gonna, so I can get.
I know
sense of
exactly
the
what
action.
I'm gonna do.
Okay, then that's all right. So you've got something specific. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Roy, roll. I don't have this handout for you yet. Crap. All right. Well, I'm just gonna wing it then. You're gonna have enhanced awareness as one of your. I thought for sure I had a handout for that already because I know you guys have had that one before.
Yeah, I had it on Dr. K, I believe.
Do you remember it?
Nope. I had it pulled up last week because I was looking at advantages to add to my character.
If it's enhanced awareness, it's on mine.
Ooh.
Was that one that you had picked? Because I don't know why I have that on the list because I didn't know that you had actually picked them. But for some reason it's there. But sometimes I do weird things, so I don't know. So yeah, just to confirm, is that one of the ones that you were going to pick? You
yes.
could say no. Okay. Just because I put it on there doesn't make it law.
Oh no, I had put them on there. I put them on there last week.
Cool. Because they're thinking, I don't remember even talking about that. Okay, cool. Do you have the information? Oh, you did. You already answered that. All right, so then we'll just say this is the breaking of that, you being able to see all of this stuff, and you are going to take not any physical damage, but you're going to take a stability loss, and your shot's going to go wide, and you are going to be basically sort of struck with fear as you get a sense of that first disadvantage you see on your list, as though you suddenly feel very exposed, like the dead people, right? Like, you know something is amiss in town. You already know that it's supernatural in nature, but you're just Roy Applebaum. So using Roy's logic, you're thinking ghosts and monsters and having your own demons to deal with. The feeling that you get is they might all be after you. And I'm going to make you run back into the house as the move. And we'll come back to you, Daisy. But let me get to these guys real quick. Elliot, you're leading the charge, I believe. Or wait, no, I was going to start with Sabella because she's in the middle of all this. Which were you doing? You got Daisy going out the front door. There's action happening or beginning to happen when you get to make your choice. And you've got Elliot and the other two, Eleanor and Brian, running out the back of the house.
Yeah. This is tough.
Right. Or you could do something that has nothing to do with either one of them. You can make your own choice. There are options.
There are options. Sabella knows that Daisy, for the most part, has her shit together. I mean, she knows not to get in between Daisy and a fight. So she's less worried about Daisy than she is about Elliot. Elliot just took off, which really worries her because, like, hello? What? What just happened? But
Is
then
he
the
trying
other
to stoke it with me? Like, is he poking me in chat? Is that what you're doing, Invisible Duke? Are you poking me in chat? I got you. You can blame him. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Sabella,
you're
go ahead.
fine. Poke away, invisible dude. So I don't know. It's tough. I guess I'll go after Elliot.
All right. Elliot, where are you going? You're headed for the back door. Is that your only mission?
I was out of there the second Daisy shot the thing that was on the stairs. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. So I'm sprinting for the back door. I believe it was locked. Was it locked?
Yes. It's Daisy's house. Everything's
Right.
locked.
So
oh yeah,
I'm-
always.
I've stopped asking. After the last episode, I'm going to quit asking. It's all locked.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a nervous wreck, so obviously getting the latch open is a little difficult. I'm kind of losing my shit a little bit. So I'm just trying to get the door open right now. Just tuned out everybody, just ready to get the door open and get into the woods.
Did I already have you roll act under pressure for the door?
No.
Okay. I can't remember if you actually got to the door or not. All right. We'll make that roll. Which one of you two, Eleanor or Brian, was first up after her?
Me. Big Eleanor.
Or do you guys want to elbow each other for it?
No, it's fine. Brian will let it happen if someone's going after her.
I'm waiting for an opportunity to make a hard move.
I'll go after her.
Okay.
I'd like to read a person.
Okay. Who you reading?
Elliot.
Roll for it. Intuition.
Shit.
20.
All right. So you catch her at the back door. What did you roll on your act under pressure, Elliot?
14.
14. All right. So there's some hesitation there. You're not getting it open. You're still broken, right? Or at least pretty close to it. I can't remember how much stability you got back. So Brian, you catch up with her. Eleanor is just half a second behind. And you get to ask the question.
So my question is, Elliot, how can I get you to not leave this house? We need to stay here. What can I do to get you to stay here?
Seeing as how I'm unhinged right now, probably gonna have to drag me kicking and screaming, because I'm pretty dead set on sprinting into the woods and not coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Curtis, my question to you is, can I use an advantage? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can always use an advantage.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my extortionist advantage.
Shit.
And it's whenever I read a person, I can choose an additional question between two offered. And my question to her is, what are you afraid of?
Damn.
Well, that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. Yikes. Please tell us.
There's a lot of things I'm scared of, which one is dying, 2 is that Sabella isn't in love with me, and 3
That's
is
true.
that I'm already dead and we're in hell. And I'm just in hell right now. That is the biggest fear, is that I'm already dead and this is all just me being in hell.
What's so wrong with that?
Anything
here.
to keep her talking. Listen, Elliot. Sabella's here. She cares about you. We all care about you. No one's going to hurt you here. We're all in this together, and we need to stay together in order to get through this.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I need you to stay.
Literal people. There's literal people who want to kill us outside in the front yard, and you want to stay here. That
And
makes
you want
so
to
much
run
sense.
out into the darkness where they might see you and then automatically shoot at you and kill you.
Well,
This is like an equation to die sooner. So I need you to think through what you're about to do, because we can't protect you if you run out that door, and none of us want you to get hurt.
You know, I'm just saying maybe death sooner rather than later isn't always a bad option either. So I'm gonna go take my chances with people in the dark.
But you're not thinking rationally. No rational person thinks it's better to die than to continue living. So you need to understand that you're not in your right state of mind, and that's why we need you to stay.
Oh God. And then I just turn and pull up my long sleeves so you can see all of the scars on my arms. Do I really look like a fucking rational person here, Brian? Do I look like I'm a sane human being? Huh?
Rational people do crazy things.
Curtis, I have a question.
Yes.
Are the people all the way around the house?
What people?
The people outside.
Have you seen any people outside?
No. I haven't looked though.
Right.
I'm
Eleanor,
just
what are you doing? I'm not answering that question.
I'm catching up with Eleanor. Not with Eleanor. I am Eleanor. Catching up with Elliot.
just having a chat with myself.
Just having a
knee check right now.
Chilling by myself.
Everybody's going to catch up to Elliot at the same time as her and Brian are having this bit of a moment. And Elliot, I want you to make a roll +0. And so Eleanor, you catch up to him, no problem.
Great.
I have a thing I want to do. It's crazy, but I have a thing I want to do.
Okay. Eleanor, did you want to do something when you got there?
Yeah, I was probably on the same board as Brian, like just trying to convince Elliot to not leave the house. Look at her and say, "Do you think you can really outrun a bullet? Like you're going to get shot." I'm pretty sure I saw people last episode when I looked out the window.
Why don't you see if you can persuade Sabella? What did you want to do?
What was that evilness that just came out of you?
Can I pull Elliot like just to the side a little bit, kind of out of earshot of Brian and Eleanor?
I'm imagining that Daisy's back door in a house that old is probably in some sort of little kind of a mud room sort of thing, based on the size it is. So there's not a whole lot of room back there, and there's 4 of you jammed in there at the moment, and one of you is nuts and is trying to pull the door basically off its hinges, and the other 2 are trying to talk her down. So
as soon as Sabella walks in, as soon as Sabella walks in, I'll just kind of transition more to in front of the door if she wants to get Elliot and try to move her, but I don't know if Elliot will.
Basically, I want to take Elliot and I want to shove her against the wall and I want to whisper something in her ear.
So you can just barrel your way in and do that.
Great.
And just right up against the door. Forward, backwards, it doesn't really matter as long as your lips get close to her ears, right?
Yeah.
So roll act under pressure, because you're going to have to get through some friendlies, basically, to do this. And don't want you pulling any punches.
Can I use...
If I have to.
Oh, wait, can I use something too while she's doing that? Because I'm scared.
Why are you trying to go outside?
Wait, I'm scared.
I know. You broke
Mine
it.
was bad. It was bad.
Uh-oh.
I got a 6.
Oh.
So.
What did you want to do, Elliot?
Well, I've
changed my mind.
I got a little something up my sleeve here.
Okay.
Which is Sixth Sense. And before the game started, I rolled a 15. So
Good call.
I would like to use one of those edges.
You got it.
And I would like to sense whether someone wishes good or ill will towards me.
Who are you
Towards me?
sensing?
I feel, well, Sabella was mad at me earlier for something that I don't understand. She's questioning me about where I was the night her parents died. So I feel like she's like pissed at me about something. So I just want to know if she's gonna like hurt me or if she's like, no, I still love you.
I still love you, bitch.
No, okay, I feel better.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Okay.
This was to help you.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Okay, you can proceed forward. I just really wanted to use that just to make sure.
There you go.
Well, do I get to do it? I don't know.
Now, well, what did you? Is this some occult thing that you're doing?
No, this is just me. I just want to talk to her and tell her something without
Gotcha.
the other two hearing it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. If Elliot's not going to resist, then I'll give you the time to
Awesome.
whisper. And then Eleanor or Elliot. No, Eleanor. I'm getting my L's mixed up. Eleanor, did you want to do anything besides? Oh, what was your persuasion? Everybody switched on me. That's
Yeah, that
My
was
okay.
persuasion was a 14.
Chris is gone.
Chris,
Oh, Chris,
baby, come back.
you can blame it all
Baby, come back.
on me.
Everybody's cameras are messed up, but that's all right. What was you saying, Eleanor?
Oh, my persuasion was a 14.
A 14. Okay.
Sorry, I think my internet died.
It
Oh,
happens. That's all right. This new free form that I've done, quick fix, man. Easy. So Brian, what was the last thing I had you roll? I'm going to put all this into a narrative here in just a second.
It was a read a person's what I rolled for.
Okay. And you two are trying to talk this crazy woman down.
You did
Right.
have me roll +0 too, by the way. That was a minute ago.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to look at it.
What did you roll?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so it was less than a 9.
yeah.
Yeah.
That we don't have to talk about it anymore. With Eleanor's persuasion and all right, what was your roll spell? Did I have you roll something too? Because I think I stacked up too many.
Well, yeah.
You acted under pressure. No, that was the last
Yeah.
one. And then you were just trying to talk to her. Okay, so you're going to have your moment, right? I'm going to let you have your moment, but then something's going to happen. So
Oh, great.
you tell Elliot what you need to tell her.
Okay, so this is how I have it envisioned. I have her pushed up against the door, okay, and I'm looking in her eye. Oh, let's get out of here. If you want to go, we can go. I'm going to unlock the door really slowly, right behind your back, and we're going to just take a run for it, okay? We're going to go to the Blue Rose. We're going to get out of here, and it's just going to be you and me, okay?
You promise?
I promise. All right? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. And as she's saying this, she's like fiddling with the lock behind her back. I'm sorry how I acted before. I saw something and it really weirded me out. And then remember when we were back in my nightmare or whatever kind of reality that was, and your car was there? Well, it was there again. And she unlocks the door. And it just really weirded me out. But I don't think you could do that to me.
We're all seeing stuff, Zibs, so it's cool. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
And Elle is like starting to, I'm starting to kind of like panic a little bit, and because I'm kind of like, I know you've got the door unlocked behind me, so I'm kind of like itching to get out the door. I'm kind of like giving you the face of, we can talk about this later. For now, can we please just go?
Okay, ready? On 3. We're just gonna run. All right, follow me. Stay close. I got you. And she like takes one of her hands in her hand. 1, 2, 3, and she just like busts open the door, and and hopefully they start running.
Can we run? We're going.
No.
Damn it.
I figured.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful attempt, though. Eleanor and Brian, you see them kind of talking. This is your words are starting to trail off now as you're giving Sabella the opportunity, given their closeness, their personal relationship. And when the door flings open, that's a bit of a surprise to you, both. And what you see are about, I don't know, 30 or 40 arms that seem to sprout out from everywhere and reach in and grab both of them and pull them through the door into dark. And the door slams shut.
Stupid.
I have a basement bunker that you can hide.
I do not want to be responsible for them.
Go to the scary forest. You crazy?
I just don't want to be responsible.
I just want to get to my books. I can fix everything if I have my books.
I just want to.
Oh my
How
god.
do you get to your books?
To
We
be
just
honest,
went
Brian
there.
is a sociopath, so he might not do anything.
Shit.
I'm going to let you two think about what you're doing for a second, and now I'm going to go back to Daisy. And do you still remember your
Yes.
your scene? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. So I get nailed in the stomach with this bullet, and I don't even really bat an eye, though I feel this heat just building, and I know what happened. And I rolled 15 for Death Drive. Wait, did I roll 15? No, I rolled 11, so I got 2 edges.
Okay.
And I know exactly what I want to do. So after I get shot, I want to use my frantic edge where I get within reach to attack a hostile. And it's almost as if I like teleport. It's a blink of an eye thing, and I'm there, and I'm slamming my body full force into the car door to smash him in between the door and the car itself. And I want to use my other edge, Vicious, to deal at least 2 harm with that attack.
Okay. You catch his arm in the door the first couple of times, and he's trying to pull out and get himself in position to do something. He seems quite resilient. And you've only got him by the arm in that first moment. But as he gets up, right, to come at you, he stumbles a bit as you continue to push with your death drive.
And I pull the door back, and I slam it again. And I pull the door back, and I
Right.
slam it again.
He slips and falls, and his head gets caught in that small part of the door. And on the last push of the door, it's, I don't know, kind of like a squashed pumpkin. It just, crunches and sort of flattens, uneven as you crush his skull in the door. You don't get it closed all the way, of course. His body is blocking the...
And even then, I pull the door back, and I slam it again. And I watch him go to the ground, and I'm just like gasping and growling like an animalistic almost sound. Like I just see red, and I slowly step back from the door and slump a little bit with my rifle, breathing hard and spit on the ground, because all cool people do that after they do a murder.
Yes. They do. The twins are standing right there, about 10 feet in front of you. Side by side, their teeth are yellow and jagged. Their faces are white, and you can see this sort of black, veiny sort of stuff in them. Their eyes look dead and cloudy. They seem to, though, be looking at you and smiling as if your suffering is pleasurable to them.
I shake my head for a moment, and I still have like some kind of adrenaline running through me, even though I have this hole in my stomach now and this stab wound in my thigh, and open the car door and reach down and snatch up his pistol and tuck it into my waistband. And I'm going to walk right up to them with my rifle in my hand still. All right, you found me. You know, I thought the fucker coming after me would be a little bit more, and I gesture just wildly, intimidating. Maybe a few more teeth, some claws, maybe. What does he want? You want me dead?
They both start to raise their arm up very slowly with one finger pointed, but they point past you at your house. Roy is in the line of sight if you actually turn to look at where they're pointing. Did you have an action in mind?
Wait, me or
yeah.
Daisy?
No, Roy.
You said you used your move to cause me to flee like a deputy scaredy pants inside. So.
Oh, right. Good. Thanks for reminding me. This memory thing fucks with me sometimes. That's a good one. Well, I was going to pull you in anyway, so that just saves me that step. Daisy, do you turn to look at what they're pointing at, or you just know that they're pointing at the house and you don't?
I don't turn. I'm staring at them straight on, just kind of grinding my teeth.
You know that they're pointing at the house, and you know the sound of every one of your windows, doors that might have been open at that moment slam shut, and you hear the multitude of locks engage, as if perhaps they had just opened them all for effect and then shut them all at once. Or maybe it wasn't them. They were pointing at the house. Maybe it's the house. Oh, that's right, because the last episode, somebody already said the real danger is already inside the house. And we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll deal with that.
It's Monster House.
Oh, dear.
Remember that movie?
Oh, dear.
Right.
I live in the Monster House.
I'm in the house.
Hell yeah.
Banana
Hey.
splits.
Oh,
in.
hell yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
Bring back
You guys
bits.
had a good break.
bring back
Bringing back the bits.
Hashtag bring
Okay.
back the bits.
bit.
We're going to come back
I want the bits.
to Daisy. And I've got the bits, Daisy.
Oh, God. I don't think these are good bits. I have a terrible stomach wound.
I'm not showing you my bits, Daisy.
That's for the other channel.
Right. Yeah. Do you think Twitch is the only place I stream? Come on.
Everybody watch out for our
I've
You
told
can
you all from
follow
the beginning.
Curtis's OnlyFans.
all
at-
pictures of Curtis.
Yeah.
Adjust his beard there. He's got to make sure his beard looks nice because that's
Yeah.
all the OnlyFans is just
I look
pictures.
like a hillbilly tonight.
Between your beard and Duke's mustache.
Everybody who's in the house, I guess that would be that's just Roy, Eleanor, and Brian. You're all out of spaces.
Yep.
What? Somebody shifted. Okay. Easy fix. Look at that. Swap. All of you who are in the house, doors all slam and lock. You can hear the windows, everything at once. Boom. It's a scary, cacophonous sound, right? You're locked in. Daisy's outside of the house. The two that got sucked through the door, I'm going to let you guys hang there for just a little bit. Daisy, does Daisy know the history of her house? How much interest has Daisy shown in the history of her house? Is she like big into family history, or does she just kind of know it's old? We've had it in the family forever.
She's not super big into family history. She ended up kind of becoming a rebel compared to the rest of her family. She knows her house was built forever ago, Victorian style, kind of slave era, like 1850 time. Her family was rich and came to a more rural area because there were more opportunities for them there than there were in the city to just kind of expand their wealth. And then they just ended up staying there. Every generation had kids and stayed there. And those kids stayed there, and then they had kids who stayed there. It's in the family. So it's been renovated a few times because out of necessity, not because she really wanted to renovate it. And her parents only had her. She was an only child because her mother wasn't able to bear any more kids after her. And they were very disappointed with Daisy for choosing her way of life and wanting to leave Providence and join the army. And there's a whole book of family history there. But that's about all she knows of the house, is about how old it is and that it's just been in the family forever.
Let's go to okay, well, let me ask you this then, before I change scenes. I'm pretty sure doesn't even need to be said what you would be doing, but since I made a point of talking about the locked doors and windows, you get a sense of exposure and being locked out of your own house. So what are you going to do?
I want to say I just stand there and I stare at the twins and wait to see what they want to tell me. But I'm ready to fight if I have to. They don't exactly look threatening. There's always a twist to situations like this.
Especially when I'm involved, huh? Yeah. Well,
she doesn't really care about the people in the house other than Sabella, but she trusts Sabella.
Rest your mind, Curtis will be Curtis, and they're eventually going to fade away and not be anything for you yet. There are 3 of you that are trapped inside the house, 2 of you that are trapped in something else. The 3 that are trapped inside the house, what do? You don't know you're trapped. You feel trapped, so we're going to go with that word.
So the door just shut in front of us.
Yeah, and you can hear the locks engage, and she's got a lot of locks and a lot of doors and windows in this old house that go up 2 stories and an attic. Chris's internet is giving him crap tonight.
Well,
it's all right. It's narrowed it down to just you 2, so as long as I just keep flipping you 2 back and forth, we're good.
If you need to know anything about the house, I have a very detailed description of it.
Can't wait to hear it.
I can say it all again if you got 15 minutes.
I do have 15 minutes.
My internet keeps dying, by the way.
That's all right. It's just it's down to you and Austin, because the way Zoom works, it funnels you down to the bottom, right, until you're at the bottom, and then you stay there. So as long as it's just you that keeps going out, you'll just keep switching with Austin, and that's an easy fix now. So I'm not worried about it. Don't stress it.
No.
Can't control the internet. So yeah, this is basically an opportunity for you 3 to role play your reaction. If you want to make a move or something, then we'll do some rolls. But you're all locked, trapped inside the house. So you can go and try to open the windows or unlock the deadbolts. I don't think Daisy would waste time with the little chains, just because they're ineffective to somebody who really wants to get in. So, but even if she did, those wouldn't move.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I would go around trying to, or just double checking all the doors have done the same thing, shut and lock. I would go to one of the windows in the living room or parlor and see if I can open it at all to shout for Daisy. Do the windows open at all?
No.
Okay. So it seems we're trapped.
Not my favorite thing. Should we break a window? Escape out of a window?
There's bars.
Yep.
Right. Is the upstairs locked? Is the basement locked? Well, don't want to go in the basement.
I'm gonna avoid that horror trope for now and go upstairs.
I'll follow
horror
you
trope?
upstairs.
What about
Basement.
you? Oh, the basement. What about you, Roy? Are you
So-
sticking with the crowd, or what's your reaction to this?
For the moment, I'll let them head upstairs. Because I'm still freaking out a little bit about the fact that I ran the fuck away
Right.
from that. I'm assuming that I got that weird shudder down the back of my spine, ran the fuck inside, and that's when all those doors shut.
Yep. Like clockwork.
I still got my sidearm, and, you know, we checked all the doors, all the windows. I'm just going to walk the perimeter of the first floor for now while they look upstairs.
All right. Well, I'm going to kind of stretch out this narrative just a bit because there's going to be some things that happen as you go from room to room. If that's, you know, the point was, if you check just even in that first room, you're going to find out that it's a supernatural locked situation. That's why I made the point about the chains. So as you are doing this, you two are making your way down. Roy, you are going through, checking things, doing what you're doing. You both, and Eleanor, you hear it too, in your heads, a voice of a man, and he says, "Where's the soldier? The woman soldier."
And I just mutter to myself, well, somebody done fucking locked her outside.
I look over at Eleanor and I'm like, did you hear that too?
Yes. And just shaking my head.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand with Roy.
Why don't
I'm gonna stand around Roy.
why don't you three make a keep it together as you try to come together? Never mind.
No, I'm good.
5.
That's why that's
fun,
why Roy
Curtis.
was the only one that was like, well, you fucking locked her outside. What the fuck do you think?
Right. Yeah, he got nothing out of you. He's gonna try to beat it out of you two. Olivia, with a 10, you get to choose your disposition. You're gonna take a -1 in stability. And you're slightly frozen. You don't know that it's the fear, but you can't move as you see Brian start to panic a little bit and move away from you as he's going to get Roy, the man with the gun. And however, Brian, as you are starting to walk away, you don't realize that Eleanor has gotten stuck behind you. And the strain of this voice, and then Eleanor hearing it, and just all of this, You can put it into whatever mental perspective that you like, but it's too much for you. And you're going to lose 2 stability points. And rather than have you
This guy?
cower, huh?
This guy? 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Oh, joy.
I'm not going to have you cower because I'm going to beat up on you just a minute. You want to cower. You want to just like, okay, this is too much for you to handle, right? This is both unrealistic and like nothing that you've ever heard of before. Even anything that you've looked at, spiritual, supernatural, whatever, this is different for you. And as you go to slump down and cower, you are lifted as if something grabs you by the shirt, only it reached a little too deep, so it's got a hold of your chest as well, like into the skin and whatever muscle lies between the surface and your rib cage. He's got a hold of it all, but you can't see anything. You just feel this very large, painful, tearing grip as your fear continues to grow. And you hear the voice again. I said, where is the woman soldier?
I don't know. If you gave me a name, I'd be able to answer you better.
He slams you up against the wall. And you fall in a heap. I won't make you take any damage. This is just a hard move, Duke. I hope you're watching as you fall to the floor. Eleanor, what are you, besides trying to not be stiff, what are you thinking? What are you going to do? You can hear, actually, you almost feel it before you hear it. Are you going to tell me that she's outside too? Outside is not good. It will get her out there. Where
Won't you get her in
is she?
here?
It's not for debate. I'm talking about what's good for me.
She's far from you.
I can't see. Is she out there?
You won't catch her.
I will kill you if you do not tell me now.
Do it then.
Roll to avoid harm. Actually, just yeah. Wait. Hang on a
Very
second.
quietly. Do it.
No, not avoid harm. Roll to endure injury. -3.
Mine.
Olivia, what
Oh,
have you
3.
done? What have you done?
Oh. Oof.
You can feel yourself being freed from whatever this sludge of air that was holding you in place. You weren't frozen. You could flinch and twist and struggle, but you couldn't make any progress. Like a bad dream. You know that when you're having a nightmare and you're trying to run away from something and it's like my legs aren't working or something. That's the sensation. And then you see the face of a man in a suit. Well, he's pretty white and gaunt, almost too much like a horror movie or something, with the fedora and black thin lips. And you can't really see his eyes. And he pulls out a switchblade. Click. And you can see his lips part just a little bit, and his teeth are pretty white for a scary guy. You'd think it would be yellower than that, but they're not. Weird things that Eleanor might think of. And he stabs you in the gut with this knife. And you fall down.
Ugh.
And it hurts. And you can either pass out from it, you can receive a critical wound and take an action, or respond, spit at him or scramble away, or you can die.
Whoa. What
Those are really
possibilities?
those are the choices. Serious wound, knockout, critical wound, continue, or die.
Ooh. Critical
And
wound
death
to
is
continue.
just the beginning, so
Oh man, maybe I should die.
that's why I call it the easy way out.
Someone's got to be the first.
Nah, I'm gonna take critical wound and scramble away.
So you've got the horror movie situation. She's just been stabbed viciously by some scary dude and is bleeding out on the floor and is crawling, leaving a blood trail behind herself as Eleanor crawls away. And we will go to the two that were sucked in to the doorway by the arms. Don't start crying at me. I told you not to come out here in the first place.
Stealing shows.
Cats. If you have to get up here on camera if you want me to get up and go open the door for you. They're going to want to see you. Pardon me. It's Stella. Ever since I told her that she had that one part and Mew and all, she's just jealous and pissed off, and it's turned into this whole thing.
You made
A whole
divas
thing.
out of
Yeah.
all of them.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
I put her in the swap dealer's lap twice. You two feel the arms, and that is exactly what you feel now. Yellow topic. What's the word? I'm trying to think of the right word. And these things are difficult for me in certain situations.
Take your time.
Careful.
Well, it's technically sexual assault. You're going to be groped, fondled. You are being manhandled by 100 hands and arms, a wall of them. You can't see anything really except these reddish brown, almost kind of like old blood stained, different skin colors. Of arms is really all you see and feel, and they've got you. There's a lot of them, so you're held. And you feel like you're on your backs.
Do I still have Sabella's hand?
Yeah. Are we still holding
Can
hands?
we have each other's hand?
You make a soul roll for me, please.
Son of
How much soul are you putting into this handhold?
so
lot of
much
it.
soul.
all of this.
All of it.
Okay, all of the souls.
I have hella amount of soul. Woo! yeah! Yeah!
Do we get hands?
Yay!
I'm going to let you feel each other's fingertips as you reach out. You cannot turn your heads to see each other, and now you must roleplay the moment as you struggle. You don't hear anything. It's complete silence. A slight echo if you speak.
Sibs, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Look, what the fuck?
don't know. This is my fault, and I did this. I should have just stayed in the house. Like,
No, hey. And like she like does that. hey, it's okay.
Of my fingertips. Sorry. You got me with the.
I'm sorry.
With the twinkle fingers. I'm sorry.
I'm here.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Oh
You
shit!
two have your moment.
I'm here. What? It's not your fault. This is not your fault. I said let's go. I said, and I opened the door, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get you into this fucked up shit. I never wanted this, and this is why I couldn't bring you into this because I knew some shit would happen, and I just
Bella, hey.
I was stupid.
No. I chose this. I wanted to be with you, and we're here, and I don't know what here is. I don't know what's happening. I feel really gross right now, but you holding my hand is making it a little more bearable. So
I shouldn't have let you, though. I know you wanted it, and I shouldn't have done it.
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna figure a way out of this.
What are we gonna do? There's nothing. And she's like slapping hands with her other hand. Whack.
I'll let you get a few little ones in, but they've got a pretty good hold on you.
Yeah.
I would like to use a little something here.
Okay.
Which is an
edge. We have advantages.
Yeah, which is an edge from my sixth sense, which is discover or sense a clue or lead when you're off track. Is there something here for me other than little handsies? A way to get out, perhaps?
Well, you're going to have to describe what you do, only for this reason, because you are all currently in the middle of that transition from not knowing that anything like this ever really existed to now starting to gain some advantages. So we're going to have to make a natural narrative transition to you. You can't just like, oh, I'm Superman today. Here, let me flip out my little handy dandy move book, and this is what I'm going to do. So how would you do that?
I mean, I'm doing everything in my power to struggle to get my hand into Sabella's hand. So I'm literally fighting as hard as I possibly can to just get more than just a fingertip on Sabella's, because ultimately that's what's going to keep me from losing my shit, is having her hand in my hand fully and completely. I don't care about the other hands as long as I got her hand. So it's a struggle. I'm pulling and clawing and elbowing and doing everything in my power to get a grip on that hand, that beautiful, wonderful, lovely, soft hand.
See what she did? She just buried her head in me and was like, all right, I'm going to sleep now.
Oh my God. She knows. She knows she's adorable.
Stepping all of my stuff.
Sounds like, excuse me.
Just let my camera. Yeah, just sit there and be chill. Well, I'll save you the use of the advantage. The same man that I described earlier, this face that was in the hat, drops down out of the sky. You're on your backs. There's darkness above you. That's the best way to describe it, as it rushes down and basically comes face to face with you. Only when it reaches you, as it rushes down out of the darkness, it's the size of a room. It's massive, this face. And you can feel the arms grip you tight, tighter than before. You know the lady soldier. Will you bring her inside for me?
Bella, is he talking about who I think he's talking about?
What do you want with her?
Avoid harm.
Son of a... Can't get snappy with a giant face.
Don't touch my baby.
That was my bad. What am I rolling?
Reflexes.
Okay, I'm
And-
sorry.
And that's me being kind. Yes.
I partook.
You're right.
Elliot, that was me in Manhattan anytime anything happened to Sasha.
Don't hurt my baby.
So-
Stupid.
A success with complications.
Yeah, you can, you can start to wiggle a little bit and as you feel the pressure, but you feel pain where these hands are touching you. And at the moment that you say that, every hand that is touching you squeezes at once. So wherever they were, that is being gripped painfully.
Yikes. My tots.
Everything.
Oh no.
And it's one of those, it's not terrible pain. It's only because it's multiplied so much that it makes it so bad. But the intent is a mother's twisting of the ear. I want to know if you will bring her inside. She will die outside.
Why do you know that?
Now I want you to roll to endure injury, -2.
No.
As it's no longer a motherly's twisting of the ear. She's trying to rip it off.
Oh, heck. Well, it's the same.
And I'm going to stick with the ear. And now it's the metaphors come to life as it really is. You feel your ear start to tear at that part where it attaches to your head. And it is slowly being pulled away. And Elliot, you hear the voice almost simultaneously saying, "Will you bring her inside?"
Fuck if I could, but she's Daisy. I mean, how am I supposed to get her inside? Please just stop hurting Spell. Please. You can hurt me. I really don't care. Just please stop hurting her.
Bring Daisy inside, and I will stop.
How am I even supposed to fucking move right now? Mr. Face, help me out here. You've got us both in a death grip. How am I supposed to go bring her inside?
Oh, don't you dare do it. Don't you dare.
Make a roll.
Who?
Elliot.
Is it me? Okay.
No.
What?
Well, now the same thing's going to happen to you now. So go ahead and give me the avoid. Let's see if you can twist your way out of some of the pain and damage.
Nope. God, my life sucks.
Go ahead and endure injury -2.
Oh.
Daisy, you're outside. What are you going to do?
Are the twins doing anything else? I'm kind of waiting on their move.
They point to the house and the smile. You can see the glee grow in them. And as that emotion hits your brain, as it swells, they dissipate. And they're
Damn,
gone.
right before I can shoot him. I'll lower my gun and kind of stare at where they were for a moment. And I mean, Sabella and Elliot won't have to try very hard. The only place for me really to go is back to the house. But I'll kind of go slowly and watching all around me. I'm already a paranoid old bat, but there's these soldiers around, and I'm looking at faces, and I'm not approaching them. I'm not talking to them, but I'm looking at them as I walk back as if they might jump at me at any moment.
They stopped their patrol. You weren't paying attention, so you don't know if they had just stopped to watch your interaction or if they stopped to watch the house, but they are kind of looking at the house. And they're not making any moves towards you. You do, however, see a larger dark shape sort of through the mist, the fog, the dark fog, whatever it is. You don't see what it is, but you can see a rather large creature. It looks like it's probably on all fours, perhaps, patrolling around the outside or moving. You don't know patrol because you'd have to much larger view for that.
All right, I'm gonna pace myself and take steps back to the house, but I'm keeping my eye on that shape as I do. And if nothing comes at me or interrupts me, I'll try to go inside.
Yeah, let me see if something does.
I'm a mess. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm wearing like a dirty, well, not necessarily dirty. It's a washed white tank top and my jacket's over it, but it's one of those tank tops that has been worn for way too many years and just has stains, like
Right.
coffee stains. And it's just, you can see just the wound in my stomach and all the blood. Like, even though I'm not reacting to it and I don't seem to feel it, it's definitely there.
You're ready for the you look like you're ready for your dystopian apocalyptic future
Yeah.
in that shirt, like with
Exactly.
the patch and everything. Yeah, it's a beautiful image.
I know, I belong in a wasteland.
I want you to make a roll +0 for me. As you look around at the soldiers, you are subject to a repressed memory.
$14.
Not too bad. I think that gives me a little bit of something. Let me. Do I have the handout? I do. Good. Cool. A part resurfacing of a memory. You're going to have to make it keep it together, but I'll wait till the end. I'm just gonna say for some future time, now that we've called this out, that the repressed memories is one of your disadvantages. Just for flavor, I'll let you think about. You don't have to do it now, but in the future, how those happen to you, right? It's flashback style, and just kind of like you're there. If you want to do something a little bit more dramatic with darkness or something, I think I'm making too many fade to blacks already, pulling you guys into darkness as it is. So I'm just trying to come up with something more creative. So I'm not going to describe that particular thing, but you are going to have a repressed memory. Only this is not a memory that this is the truly repressed. You had no idea that you had this memory. It might have kept you from thinking some things. But you are back at the moment when everything is getting lost to the sands. It's before you went into the cave. And you can't find anybody. Everybody's yelling and screaming. And the sand is blowing. And it was one of those moments where in that storm where everything just sort of swirled and you couldn't see anything for a few moments. Like one of those times you saw one of those creatures out there in the distance crawling through the sand. It was just blinding, almost in a transformative sort of way. And in this memory that you have, Daisy, the sand stops blowing. And when you stop and Wipe your eyes out, or if in the army, they probably had goggles and stuff during Desert Storm, so you probably had those on. But you realize there's no wind. If your head goggles on, they're completely dirty, so you're gonna have to take them off and try to shake them out and get your eyesight back, because it was bad there for a few seconds. Like you didn't know if you would survive it. Bad. It takes a lot to get Daisy to have that moment of panic, that inside panic, right? Where you're like, oh shit, right? Is this it? Right? Is this going to be the thing?
And I can't breathe.
Right. And when you finally realize, okay, everything's cool, the wind stopped, let me see what my surroundings are. You take, you clear your vision, whatever that is, get the dirt out of your eyes and look up, and there is a humanoid creature dressed in ceremonial robes. This is a very large, probably 9 foot tall. He has the face kind of like a man. His skin is pale, maybe sort of some flesh tones in there, but it is he's large, kind of fat, but he's got these black robes on with bright gold ornamentation. No real symbology, just some stripes and angled lines. Nothing that really grabs your attention, Daisy. And you can see some bodies laying around of some of those creatures, perhaps, that you saw. Some that look more like men. Some look like men, naked, perhaps dead soldiers. One of them looks like he's had his arm blown off. And they're all kind of scattered about in this clearing. And then you realize you are in the center, perhaps, of this sandstorm, as you notice that it is still raging around this circle of bodies, he looks like a priest of some sort. That's the only way that you would be able to make sense of it. Stands in the middle and looks at you as if you had just walked in and interrupted the most important thing that it has been trying to do for the last 200 years. And he says, "What have you done?" And that's the end of the memory. Now I want you to keep it together as you realize that it is not your guilt, Daisy, that has been chasing you this entire time. It's been something else, and you pissed it off. Literally interrupted something that it had been trying to do for hundreds of years. And it was getting it done, and a bunch of soldiers ran into the middle of it, in spite of the sandstorm that it had surrounding to protect it.
I got 16, so sorry to burst your narrative bubble there, but I am a badass.
Yeah.
But that is...
So then you get the news. The meta there is yours. And you are back at the house. Your friends are locked inside your house. When you get to the door, you can't open it. If you have keys on you, they don't work. If you have codes, they don't work. If you try to pry through the door with a crowbar, it's not going to work.
That's almost like a moment of clarity. Like, I want to say the reason I'm able to keep it together so well is that, like, I've always had this nagging feeling that something happened and I couldn't quite place it. And so having that memory is like, I can put a face to my paranoia kind of thing.
Right.
And I think it would almost give me a little bit of motivation in a weird, twisted way. But yeah, I'll try to go into the door. I don't have my keys on me. I'll pound on the door.
Well, we're coming to the end of it for tonight. The pounding that Daisy does echoes throughout the house. Anybody who is awake and aware, even dragging their bloody body down the hallway trying to find safety, they would have to put their hands to their ears. For the two girls, or the two women, my apologies, that are being manhandled by my mini arms.
Ayo.
My question to you is, and you can think about it, and we can talk about it when we come back if you like. I guess it really depends on the answer, is how much pain am I going to have to inflict for you to agree to go get Daisy?
Wow. A lot.
Hmm.
Would you die for it?
No.
So you have a breaking point.
Yeah.
What about you, Elliot?
Is that shitty?
No?
Technically, I probably would sell my soul to the devil to keep Sabella safe, so.
Well, yeah, and you know, the twisting is not for them. The pain is for the other person, right? They don't twist on Sabella for Sabella's sake. They twist on Sabella for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they know what they're doing. Damn. Sneaky.
So
Yeah.
that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
I hate that.
I just had to get an image of where we're going to pick up with as we get this sorted out at Daisy's house. I don't know. Maybe there's some history at Daisy's house we don't already know about. Or maybe she just pissed off the wrong person. I don't know. Inside and outside.
I do have a tendency to do that.
Right. Okay, so yes, there was some gore. There was some touch. There was some other stuff that I probably didn't call out and have since forgotten. So let me ask my players, because my other two streamers put me to shame with this. Did everybody safe? Everybody feel all right? Everybody good?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Did we-
fun.
We're doing
Okay,
good.
because
Harder.
then talk about it.
Harder.
Harder.
All right.
Do it more.
I figured I had a pretty good measure of you guys, but for the audience, I'd want them to know that I do care, and I don't think I take you. I did push it close with the pets, perhaps, but
Yeah, the pets is where we draw lines.
That was the
Yeah,
line.
So-
Wonderful.
gore
We
is
did it.
fine, but
well, thank you, Jaylee and Krista and Erica and Chris and Olivia and Austin for coming and helping me do this story. I had fun. Did you guys have fun?
always.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
I'm glad that you did.
Dolphinately.
Ha.
And
For turtle.
I want to thank all of you out there for hanging around and watching, because that is why we do this. Most importantly, we do have fun, and I don't know, maybe we would have gotten together and played a game at some point if I hadn't have started the streaming thing, but it's a good excuse for that as well. So thank you for helping keep that alive. Thanks to Helmgas for this wonderful game. It changed my life in some weird and strange ways. And I know it's affected some others. So if you guys could go and do all the likes and subscribes and follows on YouTube, that would really help. They really apparently get a big kick out of you liking or not liking and then commenting. Apparently a thumb up is as good as a thumbs down, or vice versa, I guess I should say. Thumbs down is as good as a thumbs up as far as getting videos out, right? The more something is hated,
Interactions
interaction.
are all that YouTube cares about.
right.
All of that.
So all of that stuff, and I have noticed some of you doing more of that kind of thing, and that's great, and I appreciate it. I know it's extra effort, and any extra effort, considering I've already taken a few hours of your time, is appreciated. It's noticed and appreciated. So thank you very much for that. We got a lot of good stuff coming. I know that Vampire Interpreter was in the crowd, and he's got a pitch ready for me tomorrow, I guess. So we're going to be talking about that. So something's coming. And the new show, Asylum Fractured, I believe. Sorry, this memory thing drives me nuts. I think I got it that right, though. I don't have it up in front of me because I'm shooting from the hip, baby. It's a heart game, Heart Beneath the City, I think it's called. a new game that we haven't done here before. So I'm excited about that. Dark fantasy. That's going to be on Saturdays beginning March the 6th. So we're excited about that. And that's because our second season starts March the 6th. And it's not going to be for Heartland. It's going to be the second season of Manhattan. These folks are going to go back to that. And I have a new, I got a new trailer for Manhattan, but I don't have it ready to go. So I guess I'm going to have to do that tomorrow.
You piece of shit.
During
You
dramatic
just
marble
jinxing us
races.
with
Wow.
Oh,
I'm playing the game, baby. If you want to see it, you got to come back tomorrow for dramatic marble races.
I
And
work tomorrow, you
music.
bastard.
All right. Then you'll get it. Tomorrow night is when I'm doing the race, because you guys need to come see the races, right? Curtis is on point with the races. It's the one. It's the one thing I do really, really well. Asylum, Fracture, Heart of the City. That's right, because T. Dorf is in that one. We're making a star out of him. Yep.
heck yeah.
T. Dorf is going to
T-Dwarf's
get on.
already a star.
Yeah.
Star, baby, a star.
He's popped in for a couple of shows with us. He just recently did the charity stream with
My brother
Chris.
Bruce.
Yes, that was a pretty good stream with Ben DMing.
I really like that game. That was
What
so
was
good.
that word in that clip that he used?
I've already forgot. You just said it like an hour ago
did,
too.
yeah.
I know that's how it is. I know I might as well be stoned. So yes, thanks all of you. For more information on any of this stuff, or if you just want to razz us, you know what? And if give us a thumbs down if you don't like something, and give us a comment
If you hate
because any of that stuff helps us. It helps
Yeah.
us with
Say,
the algorithm.
Tell us how much you
bad
And-
I am in
Yeah.
particular.
How much better
in
we
a
can
comment.
do
I can't fix
Write
it,
it
right?
out in multiple paragraphs.
in multiple paragraphs.
And you
Put
can
a
even
bunch
like
of keywords
Please
in there
yeah,
write-
too.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Keywords,
Write a
hashtags, that sort of
thesis.
stuff.
that takes at least 10 comments.
Yeah,
Right.
We just really tear into us.
piece by piece.
Yes, all of that stuff helps us, and we appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, players. Thank you out there. And as always, oh wait, I promised I would do this to somebody. I think it was Chaotic Story asked me to do this. So we have that. If you haven't seen the first part one, a look back, this new series I've started of sentimental bullshit about all of the fun times that I have seen on some streams. You will notice the one where you will see the origin of the good night, sweet dreams. I love you.
Yes.
And because it
Yeah, no, have you not seen that, Krista? It's in part
if you
No,
have
yeah,
not
I've
seen
seen-
that, I
No,
am
I've
Oh,
seen
shit,
the
here
clip.
we go
I've
again.
seen it. I've
Sorry,
seen
Dad's
it.
getting mad
Easy. Oh my god.
Dad's getting upset.
Are
Everybody
you gonna
run.
play it? Are you gonna play it right now?
I've played it 1,000 times.
Today?
No, I mean, no. I think it's already. I'm in part 2 rotation. I played
Oh,
it all
okay.
month long.
Okay, okay.
All right.
I still play it during the day during my offstage thing. But anyhow, we're gonna say it now, and then I'll post it again for you so that you can get a refresher.
It's really cute.
It is really cute. I loved it. That's why I had to include it. I had just stumbled upon it. I hadn't even thought. I remembered the moment, but I hadn't thought to include it in there. But it just happened to have been in another clip at
It's
the
so
end
cute.
of that. And so I was like, oh, cool. And so I kept it. I thought that was really good. So I've got the does this do it without the I've got kisses, right?
Oh, gross.
It's for Valentine's
know
Day.
Disgusting.
what the
I didn't
fuck is
like that
happening right
it
now.
moaned while if you guys couldn't hear it, yeah, exactly.
They can't hear the kisses. They should be able to hear them.
love it.
T-Dorf couldn't hear the
Oh, here. Let me do it this way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can handle
That's
that.
Blast
less
it again.
That's
disgusting.
better. That's
That sounds
better.
like-
Oh, it's so wet.
They're all bad.
It was like ass cheeks clapping. I can't.
Oh, you want to hear
so
what ass cheeks clapping sounds like?
no, next week I'm on it all February long. The sounds of love, kisses this week. Next week, ass claps.
I
So
love it.
from all of us
Clap them
here
cheeks.
at TTRP Theater, to all of you out there, we want to say good night,
I hate
sweet dreams, and we love you.
Good night.
Say it.
Sweet
Wash that out of their
We
ears.
love you.
We love you, but we hate
all
that
of you.
sound.
Please
And
comment.